Have you ever noticed your legs feeling heavier in the morning? Like it takes a little more effort just to stand up from the couch or get out of bed. Maybe you've caught yourself holding onto the countertop while cooking, or skipping that second flight of stairs because your knees just don't feel as steady as they used to. Most women brush it off, thinking it's just part of getting older. But what if I told you it's not just age? What if the weakness you're feeling is actually your body calling for help in a way that's easy to miss? In this video, I'm going to show you something that most doctors never mention, something that's silently stealing strength from millions of women after 60, and how you can take back control, not with pills or extreme exercise, but with simple steps right at home. You don't need a gym. You don't need to be in perfect health. You just need to understand what's happening inside your body and how to support it, starting today. Because losing strength isn't just about muscles. It's about independence, energy, confidence, and the ability to keep doing the things you love. And once you know the truth, you'll never look at that morning stiffness or afternoon fatigue the same way again. Let's begin. 1. Weak legs aren't just from aging. The silent loss you've never been told about. Most people think that weak legs, slower steps, or needing to sit more often are just normal signs of getting older. And while age does play a role, there's something far more important happening underneath the surface that rarely gets talked about. It's called sarcopenia. Now, don't worry if you haven't heard of that word before. Most people haven't. Sarcopenia is the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that happens as we get older. But here's the catch. It doesn't happen all at once. It sneaks up on you, quietly. There's no big warning sign, no sharp pain, just small changes you start to notice over time. Like feeling a little less steady on your feet, or needing to push off the armrest when getting out of a chair, or maybe you avoid long walks now, not because you're out of breath, but because your legs feel a little shaky. That's not just aging. That's muscle loss. And for women over 60, it's even more serious. After menopause, we lose protective hormones like estrogen that used to help us keep muscle naturally. Combine that with less physical activity and changes in how we absorb nutrients. And suddenly the body isn't just aging. It's quietly breaking down strength you didn't even realize you were losing. Think of your muscles like the scaffolding of your body. They keep you upright, balanced, energized. When those muscles shrink, everything else suffers. Your joints feel more pressure, your balance gets off, and daily activities like walking upstairs or carrying groceries feel 10 times harder than they used to. And here's the scariest part. Many women lose up to 10% of their muscle mass every decade after 60 if they don't take action. That's not just numbers. That's the difference between catching yourself when you trip and falling hard. But here's what I want you to hear most clearly. This is not your fault, and it is not irreversible. The medical world has spent so much time talking about bones, blood pressure, and cholesterol, but almost no one explains the importance of protecting muscle as we age. Yet your muscle is one of the most powerful keys to staying independent, mobile, and vibrant for decades to come. The good news? You don't need a gym membership or a personal trainer. You don't need to spend hours working out. In fact, what your body needs most right now is not more effort, it's smarter support. And that starts by understanding what's really going on. Muscle doesn't just disappear overnight. It fades quietly through the choices we make every day. What we eat, how we move, when we rest. And once we know that, we can change it. We can rebuild. Yes, even in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. Because feeling strong again isn't just about muscle. It's about walking into a room without hesitation. Standing tall when no one's watching, and knowing that your body still works with you, not against you. So now that we understand the real reason behind this hidden weakness, Let's talk about the most common mistakes women make every day that actually speed up this process without realizing it, and how to break that cycle starting tomorrow morning. 7 early signs. Your muscles are disappearing, and you might not even notice. Muscle loss doesn't knock on your door with a warning. It doesn't announce itself like arthritis pain or a broken bone. Instead, it whispers, slowly, quietly, until one day, the things you used to do without thinking, standing, walking, bending, lifting, start feeling harder. And the scary part is, many women miss the early signs because they seem small or normal for my age, but they're not normal. They're signals, and once you can spot them, you can act before the damage becomes harder to reverse. Let's go through the 7 early warning signs of muscle loss that you should never ignore, especially if you're over 60. Sign number 1. You avoid stairs without realizing it. Do you find yourself choosing the elevator even when it's just 1 or 2 floors, or gripping the handrail more than you used to? That's not just your knees. It could be your thighs and glutes losing strength. The body is smart. It remembers when something starts to feel unsafe, and it subconsciously avoids it. That's how muscle loss leads to movement avoidance, and avoidance leads to more muscle loss. It's a quiet, downward spiral. Sign number 2. You've lost weight, but you didn't mean to. If you've dropped 5, 8, maybe even 10 pounds in the last few months without trying, don't celebrate just yet. After 60, unintentional weight loss often means you're losing muscle, not fat. And that can make you feel weaker, even if the number on the scale looks healthier. Less muscle means more risk of falls, less stability, and slower recovery from illness or injury. Sign number 3. Your clothes feel looser, around the thighs and arms. The scale might not show a big difference, but your favorite pants suddenly feel baggy in the legs. Sleeves hang where they used to fit. This usually means you're losing lean muscle in areas that are key for movement and strength, like your quads and upper arms. That change can sneak up fast. Sign number 4. You feel just a little off balance. Ever feel like you're wobbling a bit more than usual? Or you hesitate before stepping onto uneven ground? That's your stabilizing muscles, ankles, hips, core, losing their edge. You may not have fallen yet, but your brain is already starting to sense instability. That's why you grip counters or chairs a bit more when moving around the house. Sign number 5. You nap more often or feel tired earlier in the day. This isn't just low energy. It could be your muscle cells, specifically your mitochondria, producing less fuel. Less muscle equals less energy, and that affects everything from motivation to mental sharpness. Sign number 6. Cuts, bruises, or aches are taking longer to heal. Muscles are part of your immune system's recovery team. They store nutrients, manage inflammation, and help tissue repair. If recovery is slower than it used to be, or if soreness lingers longer than expected, your muscle reserve may be running low. Sign number 7. You feel afraid of falling, even if you never have. This one is emotional, but it's powerful. Fear of falling is often the final red flag. It means your brain has already registered something's not quite right, even if your body hasn't caught up. Women who fear falling tend to move less. And unfortunately, that leads to faster muscle loss. It becomes a cycle of shrinking movement and growing fear. Here's the thing. If you recognize even 2 of these signs, it doesn't mean you've failed or that it's too late. It means your body is speaking up. And now, you're finally ready to listen. Coming up next, I'll show you exactly what daily habits might be making this worse, and how a few simple changes, starting with your breakfast, can begin turning things around almost immediately. The 3 hidden habits that drain your strength without you noticing. Losing strength isn't something that happens overnight. It's not dramatic. It's quiet, subtle. It shows up slowly, until one day you realize your legs feel less steady, your energy fades faster, or you find yourself holding on to furniture a little more than before. And the hardest part? It's not because you've done something wrong. It's because there are a few things many of us have done for years, completely innocently, that are quietly working against our muscles as we age. Let's talk about 3 of the most common habits that slowly weaken your legs, and how just shifting them a little can start to bring your strength back. Habit 1. Starting your day without protein. For decades, breakfast was just coffee and toast, maybe some fruit, maybe nothing at all, and that might have worked when you were 30. But after 60, your body changes, and so do your needs. See, every night while you sleep, your body enters a fasting state. That means your muscles aren't being fed for 7, 8, sometimes even 10 hours. When you wake up, they're literally waiting for nourishment to start rebuilding. But if your breakfast is all carbs, or worse, skipped entirely, your body doesn't get the signal to build muscle. Instead, it stays in breakdown mode. Over time, that adds up. That's how the strength quietly fades. Here's the truth. For women over 60, breakfast protein isn't optional. It's essential. 1 serving of high-quality protein first thing in the morning can stop that breakdown, help rebuild lost tissue, and fuel your strength for the rest of the day. Habit 2. Sitting too long without moving. This one is so easy to overlook, because sitting is part of life. Reading, watching the news, talking on the phone, enjoying a quiet afternoon. All beautiful things. But the body hears long periods of sitting a little differently. It interprets stillness as a sign that the muscles aren't needed anymore. So it starts letting them go, slowly, silently. The solution isn't to stop resting. It's to add little pulses of movement throughout your day. A short walk across the room, a few minutes standing while folding laundry, gentle stretches after lunch. These small motions tell your muscles, I still need you, and your body listens. Habit 3. Not sleeping deeply or long enough. Most people don't connect sleep with muscle strength, but the 2 are deeply linked. Your body does its best repair work while you're asleep. That's when it releases hormones that rebuild muscle tissue, strengthen your immune system, and even balance blood sugar. But if your sleep is short, restless, or broken into pieces, that healing never really kicks in. And here's something many people don't know. Poor sleep raises cortisol, a stress hormone that actually breaks down muscle. So even if you're eating well and moving more, your body could still be losing strength at night if sleep is poor. If you've been struggling with sleep, especially waking up often or feeling unrested in the morning, this might be why you're not seeing results from other efforts. Sleep isn't a luxury. At our age, it's part of our recovery plan. Now maybe you see yourself in one or all of these habits. That's okay. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're simply waking up to something that's been happening quietly for years. And the best part is, each of these habits is changeable, not with extremes, not with guilt, just with small, loving shifts. Shifts that honor your body and give it the chance to rebuild what was quietly lost. In the next part, I'll show you exactly what to give your muscles every morning to make the most of those shifts. A simple food that's affordable, powerful, and often sitting right in your kitchen. Because the healing starts with nourishment. And your body is ready. The one muscle-building food that changes everything. Now that you've seen the silent habits that chip away at your strength, it's time to shift gears, because this is where things get hopeful. This is where you learn how to rebuild. There's one food, yes, just one, that has been shown in clinical studies to help women over 60 rebuild muscle, improve balance, and even reduce the risk of falls, all without changing your entire lifestyle. And chances are, you've seen it before. You just didn't realize how powerful it could be. It's called whey protein isolate. Now, you might be thinking, protein? Isn't that just for bodybuilders? That's the old story. The new science says something very different. For women in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s, high-quality protein is one of the most effective tools we have to stay strong, steady, and independent. But here's the important part. Not all protein is created equal. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing protein. That's called anabolic resistance. The same amount of protein that helped build strength when you were 30. At 65, your body uses it less effectively. That means you need protein that's easier to digest and more bioavailable, meaning your body can actually use it. That's exactly what whey protein isolate provides. Unlike regular protein powders that are heavy, hard to digest, or filled with sugar and fillers, whey isolate is clean, fast-absorbing, and gentle on the stomach. It delivers the full range of amino acids your muscles need, especially leucine, which is like a spark plug for muscle growth. In one study, older adults who took just 30 grams of whey isolate daily, without doing any extra workouts, saw up to a 28% improvement in leg strength in just a few weeks. That's without lifting weights, without a gym, just a simple shake each morning. Now, timing matters too. The best time to drink it? Within 30 minutes of waking up. That's when your body is most in need of fuel, and your muscles are most ready to rebuild after the overnight fast. Think of it as setting the tone for the entire day. You can keep it simple. Blend 1 scoop of clean whey isolate with water, almond milk, or a small banana and cinnamon for taste. Avoid sugary yogurts or fruit juices. Those spike insulin and cancel out the benefits. If you enjoy light movement in the morning, like gentle stretches, chair squats, or a walk around the block, drinking your shake right afterward gives your body the perfect combination of activation plus nutrition. Your muscles get the signal to grow and the fuel to do it. But here's what really matters. Consistency. This isn't a miracle shake. It's not a one-time fix. But when used daily, especially alongside the changes we've already talked about, better sleep, more movement, protein at breakfast, it becomes a powerful ally. A habit that restores what time quietly tried to take away. And maybe best of all, it's doable. It doesn't require changing your life. It just requires showing up for your body with one small, nourishing decision each morning. Coming up next, we'll take it a step further and show you how to multiply the impact of this one food with 3 simple at-home techniques. No gym, no stress, just smart ways to help your body respond faster, feel stronger, and move with more confidence. Because now that your body is being fed, it's time to activate it, and I'll show you how. Simple morning movements to reactivate your strength. So you've started nourishing your muscles with the right kind of protein. That's a powerful first step. But now it's time to send your body a second, equally important message. We still use these muscles. Don't let them go. See, your body doesn't just keep muscle because it's there. It needs to be reminded that it's needed. And the best way to do that isn't hours at the gym. It's just a few minutes of targeted movement first thing in the morning. This is called neuromuscular activation. And the goal isn't to burn calories or break a sweat. The goal is to wake up the pathways between your brain and your muscles. To gently say, hey, it's a new day. Let's move. Here's a simple 10-minute routine you can do right after waking up. Yes, even in your pajamas, with just a chair and a wall. No equipment, no pressure, just you and your body, reconnecting. 1. Chair squats. 10 to 15 reps. Sit down on a sturdy chair, then stand back up without using your hands. Go slowly. Focus on control. This works your thighs, glutes, and helps restore balance when standing. Too hard? Start by sitting and standing halfway. Too easy? Hold the sit position for 3 seconds each time. 2. Wall push-ups. 10 to 20 reps. Stand an arm's length from a wall, place your palms flat, and slowly lean in, then push back. This strengthens your arms, shoulders, and supports upper body posture, especially important if you've felt yourself hunching lately. 3rd, march in place. 1 minute. Gently lift one knee at a time, as if walking in place. Let your arms swing naturally. This boosts circulation, warms up your joints, and helps reset your balance system, especially after a night of stillness. If 1 minute feels like too much, start with 30 seconds. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Here's why this routine works. When you pair light, intentional movement with your morning protein shake, you're telling your body, we're rebuilding now. It activates the right hormones, signals your muscles to absorb nutrients, and sets the stage for better energy all day long. And the best part? These small movements create what I call a domino effect. You feel a little steadier, so you walk a little more, so you sleep a little better, so you wake up with more energy, so you move again. It builds on itself, quietly, beautifully, and without overwhelming your life. If you've been afraid of falling, or if your legs have felt shaky, this is where confidence begins to come back. Not because you pushed yourself to the limit, but because you started showing up for your body in a way it understands. And remember, this routine isn't about how far you can go. It's about the fact that you started. And starting, especially after 60, is powerful. Next, we'll talk about a part of muscle health most people overlook: hydration. Because even if you eat right and move well, your muscles still need water, and not just any water, to recover, rebuild, and stay strong. And trust me, once you understand how to hydrate the right way, everything else starts working even better. Hydration for strength. The morning trick most women miss. Most people know hydration is important, but after 60, it's essential for muscle strength and recovery. What many women don't realize is that even mild dehydration can make your legs feel stiff, your balance worse, and your energy lower. And here's the surprising part. When you first wake up, your body is at its most dehydrated, and your muscles are least supported. So here's a simple trick to fix that. Every morning, before coffee or breakfast, drink 1 glass of water, a small pinch of sea salt or Himalayan salt, a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. That's it. This mix helps your body absorb water better, improves circulation to your muscles, and reduces cramping or morning tightness. Want a bonus? Add a little magnesium if you deal with leg cramps often. Most women notice the difference in just a few days: lighter legs, less stiffness, and more energy to move. And when you combine this with your morning protein and light movement, you're creating the perfect environment for strength to return. Up next, I'll show you how to time everything you're doing: your protein, your movement, your hydration, so they all work together to give you even better results. The timing secret that doubles results after 60. What you do is important, but when you do it, that can make all the difference. After 60, your body doesn't respond to nutrition and movement the same way it used to. Hormones shift, digestion slows, and muscle-building signals get weaker. But there's a window, right after waking, when your body is most ready to rebuild. Here's how to use that window. 1. Right after waking. Do 5 to 10 minutes of light movement, squats, wall push-ups, marching in place. This activates your muscles and nervous system. 2. Then hydrate. 1 glass of water with salt and lemon. This helps with circulation and nutrient delivery. 3. Within 30 minutes, drink your whey protein shake. This stops overnight muscle breakdown and jumpstarts repair. Doing these 3 steps in this order every morning can double your results over time. Why? Because you're aligning with your body's natural rhythm instead of working against it. Women who follow this pattern often notice more energy during the day, easier movement, especially in the legs, faster gains in strength. Even without heavy workouts, consistency beats intensity. You don't have to be perfect. Just stay in rhythm. In the next section, I'll show you how to carry this momentum into your evening, so you don't undo your progress overnight without even knowing it. Protect your muscles while you sleep. Even if you do everything right during the day, your muscles can still break down at night, especially after 60. Why? Because your body fasts while you sleep. Without fuel, it may pull from your muscle tissue. Simple fix. Have a small, slow-digesting protein snack 1 hour before bed. Good options: Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, boiled egg with a few almonds. Optional, casein shake. Avoid sugar or carbs late at night. They raise cortisol, which breaks down muscle and disrupts sleep. Bonus: a cup of chamomile or tart cherry juice helps you sleep deeper, which boosts muscle repair. Just this one habit can help you wake up feeling stronger, not weaker. Next, the 7 signs that your muscle loss might already be serious and how to respond fast. If you've made it this far, that tells me something powerful about you. You're not giving up. You're ready to take care of yourself, not by doing more, but by doing what matters. Here's what we've learned. Muscle loss after 60 isn't just about aging. It's about what we do and what we don't do each day. The small choices that either break us down or build us back up. And now, you know how to shift that balance. Fuel your body in the morning. Move a little with purpose. Hydrate smart. Support your muscles before sleep. And most of all, trust that it's not too late to feel strong again. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about returning to the version of you that feels steady, confident, and in control. Start small. Start today. 1 shake, 1 stretch, 1 step forward. Because strength doesn't come from what you used to do. It comes from what you choose to do now. And the best time to start is right after this video ends.